told me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know, I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm a rolling stone tonight, never to be settled. Although I know I can't deny your eyes, I've got this inner battle. I don't know how to act. I ain't a person who understands the commitments of a romance, but somehow I need you close. I'll go wherever you go. But I just don't know, I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm done with searching for the truth somewhere else when I just want you. There was a void in my soul. Now I found my true home. But I just don't know, I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. Oh. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me.
Hello to all of you. Good evening to all of you. This is Jonathan, Tinoco, and guys, it's now Friday. It's Friday again, and welcome to our Facebook Friday episode, so live episode. And tonight, we have another special guest na gusto namin na mag-share sa inyo ano yung magiging bago matututunan nyo na naman in today's episode. But again, what you're gonna be learning today, how many of you here, okay, question, how many of you here who would like to learn on how to make money by simply understanding the basics of trading cryptocurrencies? Can you please type that in the comment section below? How many of you here are excited to learn on how to make money by simply learning the basics of trading through cryptocurrency? Please type that in the comment section below, so we know that you guys are tuning in right now, and of course you can hear me loud and clear as well. All right, very good. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Great. So we have a lot of viewers right now. Okay, and in fact, we're very excited to share with you what's going to happen tonight. But before that, okay, we would like to know who are our viewers in tonight's Facebook Live episode before we introduce to you guys our speakers. So with that, please type in the comment section where are you guys watching right now. Okay, are you from Philippines? Are you from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, or maybe are you from I don't know, because all of us are locked down, so we have no choice but you have to watch this kind of session right now. All right, thank you for sharing, everyone. Okay, so we have people from different cities. We have people from different areas. So again, for those who's watching right now, thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time in joining us in tonight's session. So again, hindi na namin to papatagalin. All right, but again, before I continue the session, so please type "I'm ready" okay in the chat box below. Please type "I'm ready" in the comment section below if you guys are excited to learn what you're gonna be learning or you're gonna be getting in tonight's Facebook Live episode. All right, great. Okay, I think without further ado, Fermin, let's introduce our speaker for tonight's episode.
Sure. First and foremost, good evening again to everyone. Welcome back for a new episode. So tonight, as those of you who are familiar with the cryptocurrency space, you basically have spot exchanges and you have the contract trading exchanges. And tonight we have the good fortune of having not just one, but two speakers from one of the up and coming contract trading platforms, headquartered in Hong Kong, but they've already been growing throughout the region. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce Snapex. We have Sly, who is the Philippine Community Manager, and Wu Yang, who is the Chief Marketing Officer for Snapex. Welcome, gentlemen.
All right, welcome, Sly and Yang.
Hey, thanks for having us here, guys.
So let's get the ball rolling. Perhaps give us a brief history about Snapex.
Okay, I think I'll take it from here. So my name is Wei Yang, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Snapex. So I'm just going to briefly tell you guys how Snapex all started, why we came up with the idea, how do we differentiate ourselves with the rest of the competitors. So I'm pretty sure everyone online here, everyone knows what happened in 2017. So when cryptocurrency prices went sky high, Bitcoin was $20,000. Everyone was rushing in, speculators. Everyone came into the scene. But in early 2018, everything crashed. And that time, I think a lot of users got bricked. Prices went from 20,000 all the way down to 3,008, 4,000. At that time, I think there were very limited platforms that allowed users to hedge their risk. So in majority of the platforms, spot trading platforms, you can only purchase Bitcoin and you wait for Bitcoin prices to go up and you sell it. You make you make profit from the differences, but there are very limited offerings in the market itself that allows users to short cryptocurrency prices. So that's when Snapex came about. The idea came about. So the tech team, which is most of them are actually based in Beijing, China. 20 to 30 packs of programmers there. With their help, we managed to develop close to, I think it took us about 6 months to come up with the MVP of the product. We officially launched it in November 2018, actually. So till now, it's no more than 1 year and 6 months in the industry itself. And we've been seeing quite a phenomenal growth, especially in 2019. I think that's pretty much it. The operation offices that we have now is actually based in Beijing, China. We have the legal and operation team in Hong Kong. The marketing arm is actually based here in Malaysia, where I am now, locked down in Malaysia. And of course, we have pocket teams all around Southeast Asia itself. Yeah, that's pretty much quite a concise one, I think.
Well, in fact, the fact that your growth has been phenomenal, I would suppose, is a testament to the quality of the product. I mean, if the product isn't good or doesn't deliver in what it promises, it would be difficult to grow. So, well done.
Thank you.
In fact, I just to share with you, I'm also a user of Snapex, and I noticed, like, compared to other platforms, I think Snapex is one of the user-friendly platforms, especially if you're a beginner in trading cryptocurrencies, right?
That's true. It's very, very user-friendly. In fact, that is a common comment that we get from a number of our students, because clearly, as an academy, we do teach them about other platforms, and many of them have said, by far, the Snapex platform is the most user-friendly they've encountered.
Because I think there are some fundamental differences between what's being offered in the market now. I think a majority of the platforms, for instance, BitMax, Bybit, OKX, they are based off a model called perpetual swap, which is very common in the cryptocurrency scene. But perpetual swap is actually not a common derivative product in the conventional futures market, actually. So, but on our platform itself, we mimic the likes of CFDs. Hence, the buy-sell is a lot simpler. And that also comes in place when we have much simpler and much user-friendly UIs, UX that we are still currently trying to improve further on. Hence, that's pretty much the vision of the company in the first place. Hence, we hope users will get to experience that, and we'll definitely try our best to actually improve further.
So I do have a follow-up question. Can you say that the Snapex is a platform not only for experts but both beginners and experts as well?
Actually, in my observation, yeah, you can actually do say that. In terms of all this, in terms of me being in Snapex for a couple of months, I've seen advanced traders and beginner traders actually use the platform. So yes.
Oh, great. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, sorry. Go ahead, Fermin. Sorry.
Now, so I think if people were to go into the website for the first time, I mean, one of the things that I think Snapex likes to highlight is that you've got the lowest spreads and slippage in the market. So I guess what makes Paxful the safest marketplace at the moment for transacting?
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I'll take this one, Sly.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
I think, again, it's back to the fundamental, the model in which we mimic, the models in which we built the product based on. So the reason why we don't have, we always tell users that we have very low spreads. It's because we do not have any platform spreads. There's only market spreads. That is where we obtain it from our K-line providers. And our platform itself, we don't add on any hidden cost, no hidden platform spreads onto what you actually obtain from the market itself. And secondly, I think it's also one of the better, or one of the unique advantages of the Snapex, which is to trade. Users can trade on our platform without any slippages. So for those users who are new to margin trading, slippage typically refers to the user's order behavior, causing an impact on the market price itself, which then results in an actual cost of transactions being higher than the user's expected cost. So you can think of it this way. Let's just say when you open a trade, when you want to close a trade, when you see that, oh, you're closing a price at $10,000 per BTC, but after you close the order, because of some delays, because of some market slippages itself, you ended up closing your order at, say, $10,050. So typically the case, something like this won't happen on our platform. So on Snapex itself, users' order behavior will not affect the market price. So as long as the user's order has a long or short price that is consistent with the price of the current market, trades are typically fulfilled almost instantly. So that's the reason why you don't see slippages happening on our platform.
All right, Yang, thank you for sharing that. In fact, okay, guys, by the way, for those of you who's watching right now, again, especially the new ones, right now we're with Snapex team members together with Joseph, Sylvester, and Hui Young of Snapex. So again, for those of you who would like to ask some question, guys, feel free to post that in the comment section below. So maybe just some of you are asking, why are you introducing Snapex right now? I mean, why are you interviewing Snapex right now? Okay, as a trader, well, I'm also using Snapex. I'm also using other platform. But the reason why we want to interview these people behind the company is because we want to make sure. We want you guys to know how it could personally benefit you, especially if you're a beginner in the space or even if you're an expert. So things or platforms that you also consider, especially if you want, to go through the process of making money through cryptocurrency. So I think for those of you asking, even last week, okay, who are the people who like to interview? Part of that is Snapex, because we want you guys to see how powerful and how the platform can help you as well, just like the other platforms and the companies that we've interviewed recently. All right.
I'd like to add to that, Jonathan. I think the other main reason we do this is because an academy, it is part of our mandate to educate our students. And part of that education means exposing you and basically showing you what are the other options available out there. If you'll remember, we've always said there are other exchanges that can be used. So part of what we need to do is educate people so that they're better informed and they can make better decisions.
That's true. In fact, before the session, I was telling you guys, there's a lot of projects out there who already stopped, developing their platform. So, some people started to use those platforms. They put their money, then at the end of the day, they cannot get their money anymore. So they can't withdraw their money because the company stop developing and, continuously, to continue their projects. But yeah, that's a good thing, Fermin. Thank you for sharing that one as well. All right. Okay, now, why does Snapex use USD instead of BTC as, it's based in the platform?
Sly, you want to take this one? Go for it.
Actually, is it alright if you can take this one instead?
All right, let me just take it on. All right, so like I said, when we first started with the platform itself, why didn't we choose BTC? So back to the original story. When Bitcoin crashed, we didn't have a place to hedge our orders. We realized that at that time, there are a lot of users like myself who was badly affected by BTC prices. So we wanted to create a platform that was fundamentally a lot more stable. Again, the vision of the company is to provide a safe, secure, and a more stable platform for all walks, for traders from all walks of life. So you can, so if we're going to attract younger and less mature traders in, we need to be able to, they need to be able to sustain their development. They need to be able to sustain their growth in learning, trading on the platform itself. So what that translates to why we then use USDT as a main form of settlement. So because USDT itself is a lot more stable, well, they say USDT is pegged to USD 1-to-1. So even with all the biggest fluctuations in the entire history of cryptocurrency, you still see that USDT does not go lower than 3.8, I think. 1 to 1.1, 1.12. So that's fairly stable for anyone who wants to give cryptocurrency a try. So of course, later on we increased our deposit and withdrawal channel, but we still settle everything in USDT just because it's a lot more stable. So you wouldn't want to make profits in BTC when you trade, and then the next thing you know, once you close your order, down goes the drain, BTC price plunged, and then all your profitable trades will then not be able to be realized in proper USDT manner. So that's the reason why we have used USDT throughout. We probably won't include any more settlement choices aside for users who wants to withdraw in other forms of currencies.
So Jonathan, you know what that means? Wu Yang is a Bitcoin whale.
True.
I wish I was. I was.
It could have more than 1,000 Bitcoins out there.
I'll give free Bitcoins to everyone if I was.
So sorry, Yang, when did you start your journey in cryptocurrency?
Right. Good question. So I was in the crypto scene, I think, in 2015.
2015. Oh, same year. I also started in 2015.
Oh, right. That's good. But I started as a miner actually. So came back from had some basic programming knowledge. Bought some graphics card, started building my own rigs, and started selling them actually. So that was a side project when I was working for my family business, and yeah, that changed. 3 years later, who knows? Now we're in doing a platform now.
How about you, Slay? When you started your journey, I mean, in crypto?
Well, so I guess you can call me one of the OGs, because the reason why is because I started around like 2012 into 2013, and I started.
Wow.
Yeah, and how I started was someone in our IT department at the job I was working at said, "Yo, man, we got cryptocurrencies. This thing called Bitcoin. You got to look this up." So I did. I did some research and said, "Oh, you can mine this." So my laptop back then was, I think, like a Pentium 4, and then I was mining it through CPU, which didn't work the way I wanted. But over time, eventually I got my hands on some USB ASIC miners, and I was using that. That was a lot more efficient, and that's how I got into the understanding of ASIC mining through ASIC mining Bitcoin.
So that was 2012. 2012 when you started mining crypto. I mean Bitcoin.
BTC with the CPU at that time, right?
Yeah, I was mining, but the thing is, I'll be really honest with you. Again, I was new to the game. Like, I didn't know anything. I just said, okay, well, all right, I'll keep mining this and mining this. Eventually, after so many computers, because mining it through CPU was very inefficient. Graphics cards, I eventually moved on to graphics card, but again, it was still inefficient. But I finally found a friend who got who could get me these USB ASIC miners. So I'm like, okay, so I got a couple of them, and I started mining. So yeah.
I think Fermin started Bitcoin with Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009.
Oh, so Sly, another one who has Bitcoin when it was much cheaper. Another Bitcoin whale.
Oh man, you know what's weird though is because at one point I actually had almost a full Bitcoin. Had I known it was going to go up until like the 2017 prices, I should have kept it. Oh man.
Guys, Sly is lying. I think Sly has like a stash in his house.
Alright guys, for those of you who's watching this video, who's watching this Facebook Live right now, again, guys, when did you started your crypto journey? Can you please type that in the comment section below? When did you start engaging cryptocurrency? A year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years, or maybe a month ago? So please share that in the comment section below so we know that you guys are with us during the session. I thought Sly, you started with Satoshi Nakamoto in 2000 as well.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I think, Fermin, go ahead for the next question.
Well, I think the other thing also is on the site, it mentions that you talked about how you're able to have very efficient pricing. And I do notice that it says you base your prices on the K-line weighted average of the 4 major exchanges. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Right. I think there need to be some correction on that one. I think last time we used to have 4, but recently we've changed it to 3 because one of the price feed from Coinbase was a bit unstable. because we get all the price feed from a WebSocket itself directly into the server. So currently we use three, which is from Huobi, OKEX, and Binance. So how we deal with it is the reason why we have this is to avoid any sort of extreme market manipulation. So for instance, let's just say on Binance itself, Bitcoin was trading at $10,000. On OKEX itself, they were trading at say 12,000, and on Huobi it's actually averaging at say 10,000. So the price itself is not overly sensitive on OKEX because the rest of the two exchanges, which is Huobi and also Binance itself, they're still trading at an average 10,000 price pool. So again, these are to safeguard all of the younger traders or fresh traders of the market, so that they don't get into any of those unnecessary losses because to manipulate the market or to try to pull prices.
Thank you for that. Now, what criteria did you use to decide that we would like to use these three exchanges? Because there are other exchanges. So what was the criteria you looked at?
So as long as the platform itself, they have a large market share. So they represent, I think, if not, I think half of the total trading volume for the entire world. So I think that's quite a good representation of prices all around the entire industry itself. So we definitely wouldn't take a platform that is too small, because if the pool itself is too small, the prices, again, there's no central governance on cryptocurrency prices. So it's all based on the exchange itself. So if the exchange is small, prices can be manipulated. Maybe say one day Sly would like to, a big whale would like to dump prices of BTC on a small platform. If we take those platforms, we might actually, users might actually get affected. So we have seen scenarios like that happening on other platforms, which I will not name, but we are trying to avoid any of these. So again, it's to safeguard all the users and the best interest of all our users.
Well, that's good, and I believe that's one of the reasons why you do have users which give very positive reviews about the platform. Now, one of the things that happens on a number of the exchanges, and you've seen it when prices are volatile, is that people get forced liquidations. Now, I noticed that Snapex has created a system whereby you prevent forced liquidations. It will be good for you to explain this more to the viewers.
Okay, I'll start this one. In terms of how Snapex prevents a forced liquidation for users is simply this. The Snapex exchange actually, for every order put in, the system puts in up to a 90% stop loss on all orders for users. However, users can adjust this to maybe less, let's say 80%, 70%, so forth. But by default, it's set to 90%. So yeah, so this is the way Snapex prevents forced liquidation on users' orders, is through our integrated stop loss of 90% on all orders.
Well, just out of curiosity, so that's the way you designed your system. Now, I'm not a tech person, but why do you think Snapex is the only one that thought about putting this feature, and others essentially haven't? None of your competitors have done the same thing.
Right. I think some of the competitors are, for instance, I think BitMax itself, when so your wallet margin and your actual margin itself is two separate things. So on Snapex itself, if user loses if user choose the wrong direction, the price would be deducted from the losses would be deducted from the order itself. But on platforms like BitMax, users might actually lose out the entire wallet margin simply because of how the system itself is designed. I think other platforms probably have thought about it, but it's just a matter of whether they want to implement it. So again, back to the vision of the company, which is to encourage younger traders or newer traders and to bridge the gap between trading and traders itself, we want to safeguard all of our users. So we definitely wouldn't want anyone to come back to us or give us a bad review saying, "Oh right, I just lost X amount of money on Snapex. I lost my entire fortune." So we don't want things like this to happen. I think 90% is the max. That's good. So 90% stop loss. If you lose out, calm yourself down, re-strategize, do your TAs properly, enter the market again. Hopefully, you won't need to use the stop loss anymore.
That's true. Although, as Jonathan will tell you, we always tell the students, don't forget the stop loss. It's your best friend, especially in periods of volatility.
Because at the end of the day, it's still your hard-earned work money. So I think what's also good in I believe what's also good in using Snapex is it has an automatic stop loss and take profit. Okay. Now, out of curiosity, sorry, just for clarification, when did you guys started Snapex? So what year was that? Is that 2011 or 2015? Sorry.
2018.
Sorry, 2018.
18.
Okay. At the end of 2018, how many users you have before or at the end of the year?
In terms of active?
Yeah, active users.
Right. So we have two sort of users. So some users use this to obtain price feeds. So in that range, we have 10, 20 at that time. But day-to-day active itself, I think on monthly active traders, we have a couple of thousands.
Thousands.
Right? Of course, yeah. But in 2019 itself, 2019 itself, those were the numbers. When we first started in 2018, we started with single digit, and that's where we grew month on month, week on week. But where we are now, I think we are in fair bit, quite a fair number. So the last time when we tabulated the number of signups itself, we are close to about 60,000.
60,000.
But in terms of 60,000 signups.
Signups.
So. Right, but now when we have actives, it's in the range of about month. It's about 5,000 and above.
So at the end of 2020, where do you see Snapex when it comes to users? How many users do you see? How many active users do you see at the end of 2020?
Hopefully, we can double up by the end of this year. I think that will be a goal. I think that's a goal that we have set. With all of our community managers and also business development executives. If we can double up by the end of this year, I think that would be great. So that we can do more things, we can do bigger events, we can do bigger competitions. By 2021, I think if we can double up that number itself, I think that would be great. So let's just say if we are at 5,000 now, if we can hit 10,000 by the end of the year on a monthly active users, I think that would be great. By next year, say 20,000. Who knows? It'll be a sky high.
Okay, Sly, I do have a question for you. Okay,
Jonathan, look at Sly. Sly is perspiring once he heard the figures from Uyang.
That's why I do have a question for Sly. Okay, all right. I think Sly, you're the one who's managing the local market, especially the Philippine market, right? So, based on the current status, since I think I don't know the numbers or the total numbers of how many Filipino traders we have right now, but how do you compare the traders of the Philippines compared to other countries? Out of curiosity.
How would I compare the traders from the Philippines compared to other countries?
Are they aggressive or?
No, okay. I think I get your question now. Through observation for the last couple of months, actually, the traders here in the Philippines are very I want to say surgical in terms of the advanced traders. Yeah, they're very surgical in their trades. They trust me, you'll never hear an advanced trader use a market order. They'll always use limit orders. So in terms of surgical precision, that is how I define a lot of the advanced traders here. Are they aggressive? Do they put multiple orders? If they see it in their analysis, but I'll tell you, simply put it, they're very careful. Yeah, when they do their trades, it's like, okay, my data says this, my technical analysis says that, confirmed, let's go. Let's put that trade in. So cautious would be the word that would sum it up.
But currently, what country does you have more users or active users right now?
I think in terms of more active users, I think it would be like Vietnam. Vietnam would have a lot of active users in Vietnam. The thing is, I'll politely say it like this: Vietnam is very aggressive with their trades, very aggressive. But here in the Philippines, we're a bit more cautious in terms of how we put our trades because, of course, no one wants to lose money. That's number one, and it shows in terms of the trader's attitude. Yeah, so that's the reason why research 1,000 times, get that good trade done right, and profit. That's the mentality.
Oh, good. Thank you for sharing that slide. In fact, I do have a follow-up question, but I forgot. Maybe later.
Sure.
All right. Fermin, go ahead.
Right. Can you tell us more about this overnight fee?
Yeah, sure. So the overnight fee, the overnight fee is actually done every 24 hours. Yeah, the fee is actually 0.045%. The formula is basically overnight fee equals margin times leverage, and then the number of days. Sorry, margin times leverage times the overnight fees times the number of days. So basically, unlike certain exchanges that run it every, let's say, 8 hours or every 4 hours, yeah, Snapex, we run it every 24 hours from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next day, Singapore time.
Okay, so if your trade was still open, that's when you get hit with the overnight fee.
That is correct. Yeah. So make sure, guys, when you do the overnight fees thing, if you're going to hold your trade overnight, make sure to click that that little symbol that says, yes, I want overnight fees so I can hold this order. So make sure to click that, guys.
Right, because we have experienced with the users came back to us and asked us the next day, oh, why was my order liquidated? When they thought they had the overnight fee function on, but actually they did not. So I think it's a very I think this will probably apply to some new users. So guys, like what Sly said, if you're going to trade on Snapex, if you're going to hold it open, two things: make sure you turn on the function. Second thing, make sure you have money in your wallet. All right, because the overnight fees will be deducted from your wallet instead of from your order size itself. So again, why we do this is because we wanted users to keep the original margin size of the order to be consistent throughout the entire time they have the order open.
That's a good point, Wuyang, but I have a question. Let's say they forgot to turn on the overnight. Okay? It gets liquidated, but they didn't have enough money in the wallet.
All right. Go ahead, Sly.
Okay, so I'll be polite on this one. I'll be polite. Okay, so in terms of users who forget to turn it off, again, it's one of those things where we at Snapex try to position ourselves in terms of informing the user in terms of all its functions and all its features. At the end of the day, we try our best to inform, and if the users do not turn this function on and let's say their orders get cut, I'm sorry to say, order's been cut. But yeah, it happens. It happens.
Personally, from our perspective, we believe that's fair. At the end of the day, the platform can only do so much, right? I mean,
that's correct.
You can put all of the features in the platform, but it's still the responsibility of the user to monitor the platform. It's not as if the platform's a magic wand that's going to make money automatically.
You're right. So true. So I think I think as a platform itself, we'll try our best to give you the best service, the most stable platform. Well, we're still in the midst of upgrading it. The lowest fees, the fastest services. But at the end of the day, I think what Fermin said is very true. As a trader, you need to be very diligent to check the platform, to find out what the background of the platform is, understand all the functions, and be a very responsible trader. So if you want to make money, these are some of the fundamentals. I think what John and Fermin has been doing quite well. So guys, follow them.
Follow Fermin.
So let's say, how can now I know you also have snap points regularly. So how can the users use the snap points to lower transaction fees?
Okay. So how can users use snap points to lower transaction fees? Well, number one, make sure to turn the function on. It's both available both in the web and the browser. You need to turn this function on, guys. So every time that you do trade, uh, whatever you put in terms of margin or whatever your order is, you do get snap points back. In order for you to use that snap points, again, the feature must be turned on to use it on your, let's say, your trade to cover transaction fees. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
pretty
out
much,
of curiosity, sorry, out of curiosity, why use? I mean, where does the Snapex, the word Snapex come from? Because maybe some users are curious of that. Is it because you guys are fan of Avengers, like Thanos?
Snapex.
exactly. Yeah. So trading is a snap. It's supposed to be as simple as ABC. 1, 2, 3.
I see, but not to lose everything with just a snap. All right.
So hopefully you snap, you make extra on your BDC. Snap.
So maybe just for clarification, Snap points is not a cryptocurrency, right? It's just a points. But question, what do you have plans in the future, of creating your own currency or converting Snap points into token? Because just like other exchange, maybe just to give you an idea or example, like Binance, they have their own coin, which is Binance coin, right? So with Snapex, do you have plans in the future on, of having your own cryptocurrency?
I think I'll take this one from Sly. I think as of now we have not. We actually do not have any plans to list Snap actually, but simply because within the team itself we are not very fond of ICOs. ICO rings a very odd bell to us because I think in 2016 itself there were too many ICO platforms out there, and any Tom, Dick, and Harry will just start a project, get a big chunk of money based on ICO projects, and like you said, they just go disappear. So ICO is not ICO as of now. It doesn't sit well with us. So as of now we really do not have any plans to turn Snap into a coin. Neither do we need to turn Snap into a coin. Simply because the reason why we have Snap is just to reward to reward our users. It's supposed to be a very simple loyalty program. Like what Sly said earlier, Snap allows users to deduct handling fees, but hopefully in the future, currently we are working out a list of merchandise. Hopefully in the future, traders will be able to use Snap to exchange for merchandise, products, or Snapex t-shirts, Snapex hoodies. That's the direction that we have for Snap points for now.
Okay, so with regards to trading pairs in the platform, I believe you have 9 or 8 pairs. Sorry, 9,
Yeah,
right? 8 pairs at the moment. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you have plans in the future to add more pairs in the platform?
Ooh, yes, we do. But I think for Q2, Q3, probably not yet. But in the future, we definitely will add additional coins. Again, we choose the coins very carefully because we do not want any market manipulation. So we are still in the midst of handpicking which to add in.
Well, I have a follow-up question on that, Wu Yang, which is, if you mentioned that you're thinking about other pairs, so what are the criteria that you look for in determining which is a possible pair to be considered?
So we observe the market movement on a quite regular basis, especially our team and the legal team in Hong Kong itself. Secondly, first off, we look at the market size. The bigger the size is, the less manipulation I think that's possible, because to shift and to move one point or 1 point on the prices, it will take quite a large sum of money. Of course, on BTC itself, you see how prices fluctuates. There are some whales behind. We do know that happens on a quite regular basis, but it's a lot more obvious on those smaller coins. So I think traders who are quite well versed in trading smaller coins, you will definitely see something like this happening. And most of the time, you can't run out of it. If you're trapped within the the bracket that they're playing with, you most of the time you'll definitely lose out your accounts. So we cannot want any of our users to get stuck in any of these.
That's true. That's true. Now, I noticed just like a number of the other exchanges, you have an affiliate program. Perhaps you can share with us more about what makes your affiliate program different and what are its key features.
You want to take this one?
Yeah, I can. So so in terms of the affiliate programs and its key features, so the affiliate program for Snapex is simply this. We do look at many communities, especially here in the Philippines, in terms of how big they are, how much reach they have, things like that. There's a huge criteria that we look for, but one of the main criteria about our affiliate program that makes us a little bit unique is more like we want to work with the affiliates, not so much hey, here's something, go off on your own, do your thing. We kind of want to keep that close communication. We want to work with the affiliates, things like that. We want to be part of their community. So it's, I guess, hands-on would be the uniqueness part of it. But yeah, in terms of the affiliate program, we do have 3 tiers: tuna, dolphin, and whale. So tuna is your 40%. Dolphin would be your 50% tier commission. Sorry, 40, 50. Yeah. Whale is your 50% commission, and
40, 45, 50. 40, 45, 50.
Yeah, sorry, like that. So we have different, we do have different tiers is what I'm trying to say. And we do try to encourage affiliate communities to grow with us. So we do provide that support in terms of how they want to grow, how they want to promote Snapex to their community. So it's really a hands-on approach that makes Snapex kind of unique. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're learning a lot through this session. But again, guys, okay, for those of you watching right now, this Facebook Live session, so I'm with Joseph, Sylvester, and Wei Young of Snapex. So they're here sharing what Snapex and how it can help you in starting your journey and making money through cryptocurrency. Of course, I'm with Fermin right now. But again, guys, for those of you na merong mga questions, so feel free to ask that or share that in the comment section below. So during this session, Sly or Hu Yang can answer those questions that you're gonna share in the comment or that you're going to post in the comment sections. All right. So Fermin, where do you plan to start trading regularly? Your 100 bitcoins.
I'm working towards getting the Bitcoin first.
Maybe Fermin is a big whale as well. How long have you guys been trading, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a guppy. I'm not even under the. I'm a guppy, not even a tuna.
I have a question for you guys though. In terms of like where you guys came from in terms of trading, like how did you start off your trading journey? Like were you like Forex? Were you like spot traders in cryptocurrencies? You know what I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Like where did you guys start off in terms of the trading aspect?
Well, for me, you might want to start answering the question.
Sure. My background, I'm from the bank. I come from banking sector. So my trading was really more along the lines of stock trading.
Ah, okay.
And then I got involved with cryptocurrency initially through cloud mining. And then I figured, well, if these are the sort of returns you make from the mining, clearly on the trading was much more appealing. So then I started to look at the trading side using the mechanics from the stock trading.
Okay.
Clearly, having been involved with stock trading and crypto, night and day.
Wow.
I mean, just from the perspective of, I guess if you know what you're looking for, the inherent volatility in crypto, plus platforms like Snapex, which give you leverage, will allow you to generate better returns than what you could get in the stock market. Especially if you're looking, let's say, at the local stock market. The local stock market you cannot short, whereas in crypto you can. So strictly speaking, right now in the local stock market, you would really only make money in an uptrend. In a downtrend, you hold your position and just wait for a reversal. Although we are looking at allowing some form of short trading, but they will have strict rules.
Mm. Okay.
Jonathan.
Me? Okay. In fact, I started trading forex in 2000, around 2011, 2012. But I
Okay.
only have few info about forex trading. But in 2015, when I've heard cryptocurrency and see the advantage of investing and trading cryptocurrency. In fact, in forex and stock market, you can only trade on weekdays, right? So there are only limitations for you. If you want to trade on weekends, you cannot do that. But in
Right.
cryptocurrency, you can do that 24/7, right? So I'm also enjoying investing in cryptocurrency. And in fact, I started accumulating cryptocurrencies in 2015. So I remember Bitcoin was only around 200, 250 to $300
Yeah.
way back then. Then it went up to $1,000, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, and that's how it started. I personally started making money in cryptocurrency when I first started to buy bitcoins around like at that price. Then, wow, it could grow more than that, and
I knew it. I'm surrounded by Bitcoin.
maybe you maybe you send Fermin message to slides to ask that question. But yeah, personally, I'm really enjoying making money in cryptocurrency because like what Fermin said, you have an option and yeah, you have an option if the market is a downtrend market, you can sell short the position. So I think that one is good because right now what we're experiencing is we're still on a downtrend market. So in cryptocurrency, if you create a short position and through the power of leverage or margin trading, you could earn more. But like what we always said and advise to our students, even if there's a huge profit in the market in the space, of course, at the end of the day, you need to do your own research because yes, you might you can earn more than you can earn a lot, but you can also lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing, right? So I
Agree.
am okay. I think all right. Okay. Did you ask for me about the competition already?
No, that was going to be my last question because
Right.
um, one
Because I
of
think they're very active. The community is very active when it comes to tournaments and competitions, right? Right. Go ahead, Fermin.
yes. So please tell us more about the various competitions you had because earlier before joining us here, you were in one of the competitions that you're holding, and we do appreciate that because we think it's a great way to get one new users into the platform, and two for the users that are already on the platform, really encourage them to explore the platform and reward them for that. So perhaps if you can share with us more about the competition that Snapex regularly holds.
Okay, so in terms of the competition that you're referring to is the one I'm holding for the Philippine, the Snapex Philippine affiliate communities. However, every quarter we do host a Snapex, I guess, global competition, which is global. What I'm holding right now is strictly for the Philippine side, and you are correct by saying that the this competition is really meant for those who are new to the platform to go and explore its features, to learn from it, and the only way to really learn how to trade is to trade. I mean, you got to do it. You can't just, watch a YouTube video or read a book and you'll learn about it. You actually have to go into it, use the demo account, and trade on the SnapX platform. Um, in the platform, I try to cover as many things in terms of what traders will experience on the SnapX platform, such as the margin variation, how to set limit orders, where to find things, basically. And through a lot of observation, when we bring new people in, I've always noticed they're always asking, oh, where do you find this? How do you go there? Things like that. So this competition really helps users to just explore the platform in a fun and a fun and in a fun way is what I'm trying to say. So yeah. So we are
Certainly,
giving yeah, go ahead.
certainly it's fun because it's a demo account.
Oh yeah, it's a demo account too. Um, the thing is, what I wanted to do again with the mentality that we have new users coming on board, as much we've yeah we usually do competitions based off ROE, yeah. So mostly like scalp trades and percentages, things like that. But I'm doing it based off ROI, in a sense because I don't want to rush new users into scalping right away. I want them just to understand the platform and take their time with it. Yeah. So that's the reason why I changed up the mechanics in favor of the ROI versus ROE that we usually do. Sorry. Yeah.
No,
So.
that's actually good because I think you've attended some of our events, like so you
Mhm.
know that what we do try to instill in our students is that while you can get rich quick in crypto, that's not what we're advocating because the idea
Mhm.
there is if you come in here thinking you can get rich quick, you become too aggressive, you lose everything, then you end up thinking, oh, cryptocurrency is a scam. It's not.
Right.
So what we want to do is get people to learn the fundamentals so that they can do this consistently over a long period of time.
Right, and it's good that you mentioned that too, because I personally do not like to see people lose on their trades. But I do want to, I do want to help new users who come on board to SnapX to just like understand you can scalp it, yes, but if you feel safe, you feel more profitable, just holding it a little bit long term, just holding that position, then so be it. You can do that on SnapX. You don't always have to scalp. You can hold that position, lower leverage. It's a little bit slower, but still, at least you won't be in loss, is what I'm trying to say. You know, I'm really looking out for the users here in the Philippines in terms of those onboarding to SnapX.
Right. Now you also have, for example, it just ended last month, right? You had the Snapex World Trading Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us more about that too.
You want to handle this one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So backstory. So in 2019, we came up with the WTGP, which is the World Grand Prix tournament sort of thing. So that one event itself, we have multiple different competitions for team events, for individual events, and ROE profits. So a very very complete mechanics. But at that time, we thought it was a bit too complicated for users to come in and then have a plethora of choices to make. So in this year, 2020, we decided to give it a change. We decided to turn it into like a four-part series competition throughout the entire year. So we plan to do one every quarter. So last month in March, we had our first WTC World Trading Championship by the end of March. So that's that competition itself was a ROE competition only. So in June itself, we'll be planning to do up another WTC Series 2, which will be primarily targeted towards team events only. We are planning to, so once that's in place, we'll start to roll out the events again. Hopefully we'll get to attract even more Philippines traders and groups to actually join us this time. The last WTC one, I think the support that we managed to receive from the Filipino communities were quite good, and we wish the same will continue to grow again for WTC 2. So first one, WTC 1 will be individual event, WTC 2 will be a team event, WTC 3 we're still thinking, but WTC 4 itself is a bit interesting because we plan to do a offline event as well. Like those those gaming competitions where they line up gamers team A versus team B. So we plan to do something like this. So we have not seen anyone do something like this before. We hope to be the first one to actually do something like
I'm assuming like an esports thing then.
esports.
Yeah,
Esports.
that's the one.
I was trying to find the word. I was like, right, esports. Yeah, esports.
So Fermin, you know what to do next.
Yeah, esports.
Okay, so I think for those of you watching right now, I'm sure you guys are learning so much in this session. But again, I would like to say thank you for these two gentlemen here who's really generous to share their knowledge and their expertise when it comes to this topic. But again, siguro maybe to summarize, and maybe one of my last question is what do you think is the major competitive advantage of Snapex? Why traders must use it, especially those people or those beginners and even experts out there?
Okay.
Because there's a lot of exchange out there, right? So why Snapex?
Okay, so again, I'm speaking out of observation from all the traders here in the Philippines. I get it. Some people would try to trade on the other platforms. Usually, it's because of maybe other platforms have, I guess, better liquidity or something, some other feature, usually like cross-lev. But trading on Snapex proves two things, especially for new and advanced traders. Number one, because of our stop losses in terms of all market orders, in terms of the stop loss at 90%, uh, our exchange actually protects traders. Our goal, our vision is to protect traders from themselves, surprisingly. So we try to protect people from traders from themselves, because every time, especially new traders, that they go in, they forget, oh, I don't know what a stop loss is. Don't worry, Snapex got you. We have that stop loss in place to protect you. So yeah, Snapex is unique in that sort of way where we look out for traders. Number two, in terms of profits, okay, because of our leverage, because the top leverage that we can do is 100x. What you earn on our exchange, um, I mean, it's not like the other exchanges where you can cross leverage get like 1,000%, but it's still a decent amount for traders to say, hey, this is still good enough. I can make, if I'm really good at it, I can make a living off this. Um, I guess in a way that's what I've always observed with the Philippine traders here is those two things, because they're click happy, and number two, profits is one thing, but at the same time, um, you know just simplicity in terms of how to use a platform is another great thing about us as well. So yeah, we don't overload you with like all these graphic things. I mean, we're a very, in terms of graphic wise, we're very simple, we're straightforward. There's really nothing that can say I don't understand. It's very understandable to a lot of the new users who come on board to Snapex. So yeah.
I think that was a very good point, especially for those people and newbies who like to start your journey in trading cryptocurrencies through this platform. So for me, anything you would like to ask
Right,
to Joseph and
yeah,
Yang?
I just wanted to add, in fact, that's a very valid point, Sly, because in fact, when we have had, let's say, other exchanges approaching us, we would always tell them at the end of the day, it's not what Jonathan says or what I say. Ultimately, we tell them the proof is going to be your platform itself. If the users find the platform complicated and not user friendly, it doesn't really matter how much liquidity you have. Okay, the liquidity will still matter, but in terms of attracting and growing the user base, ultimately, you're right. Simplicity, ease of use, these are what's going to be the drivers for getting new users onto the platform. And I think in that respect, Snapex has done an excellent job, and you've seen it with the growth of your user base.
True.
True. Thank you.
Okay, so again, I think we've almost time for this session, but I'm sure a lot of you guys, again, who's watching right now, I'm sure marami na naman kayo natutunan in this Facebook live session together with Snapex CMO and Country Manager Sly and Mr. Yang. All right, so again, how many of you here, okay guys, please, how many of you here who would like to receive giveaways, free Snap points, and giveaways from Snapex? Can you please type that in the comment section below? How many of you here who would like to receive $50 reward or giveaways and Snap points from Snapex? So I think we can share the mechanics, but to share with you the mechanics for that one, simply share this in your Telegram group, this video, in your Facebook Live, in your Facebook. And the third one, leave a review in the comment section of this video. What are the things that you've learned during the session? So again, for those of you watching right now, if you want to have a chance to receive free Snap points from Snapex, not from Fermin, not from me. All right? That's from Snapex. So again, feel free, number one, share this in your Telegram, this video. Number two, share this in your timeline. And number three, what most important is leave a short review. Okay, things that you've learned during this session from Joseph and from Young. And second is Snapex will choose. I believe Snapex will choose 5 winners of $50 or 50 USDT that you're gonna receive in your wallet. Am I correct for that one?
Yes. So yeah. So top five. Yeah. So top 5 reviews, we'll pick them, and comments again. We'll also throw in some snap points as well.
Clarification, that's 50 USD, not 50 Bitcoins, okay?
Yeah, USDT, USDT.
Great. All right, okay, guys. Again, thank you very much for for joining us here tonight. So, okay, for those people who like to learn more about your platform, who would like to learn more about Snapex, so where they can find you guys?
Oh, yeah, sure. So to know more about our platform, of course, we have the website, snapex.com. We also have we also have a help center too, to help those new to Snapex to go and check that out. We have video tutorials, facts there, and other articles to help new traders to just understand the platform a bit better. Also, if you want to know more about Snapex, of course, we have Telegram communities, we have a YouTube channel, and a Facebook channel as well. So there's many ways to reach out to us and to join our Snapex official channels as well.
All right, okay. So Joseph and maybe any final questions for those who's watching right now? Especially if they want to start their journey in using the platform and start making money through cryptocurrency.
Trade responsibly, guys.
Yeah,
go crazy. Trade within your capacity. Trade smart. Follow proper advice. Be disciplined. Do your due diligence. You'll be safe.
I guess one of my final words. Okay, this is something I will attest to. Guys, look, money is one thing, but consistency is another. I would rather you guys be consistent with maybe a small amount of profit here and there, but it's better in profit than in loss. If you guys can keep that consistency, I think you'll do a lot better with that kind of mentality. But yeah, that will be my last words.
All right, thank you. By the way, just for us to know, how many of you here, guys, please post that in the comment section. How many of you here are traders or investors? Can you please type in the comment section if you're a crypto trader, an investor, or maybe a newbie or what? Okay, so please type that so we know who are our viewers during this session. Okay. And of course, Fermin, anything you would like to share? Final message as well for those who's watching us right now.
Again, thank you very much first to the team from Snapex, Wuyang and Sly, for not only being generous with your time and inputs, but also being generous with your giveaways. And thank you to the viewers for taking time again to join us for this evening and to learn something new. Make the most of the time during this lockdown. Since you can't go anywhere anyway, you may as well learn something new.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much again, everyone, for watching this Facebook Live session. Of course, again, Joseph, Sly, and Young, appreciate your time, your generosity for, sharing your experiences, your knowledge in this session. All right. So I believe that's it for tonight. So again, guys, I'm sure a lot of you have learned so much in this episode, and we're looking forward to see you again next Friday for another Facebook Live episode. So I believe that's it for tonight, everyone. So again, for those of you who like or have a follow-up question, so feel free to put that in the comment section below. All right. So I think that's it for tonight. So everyone, thank you very much once again, and have a good night to all of you.